What's good, YouTube and Twitch? You guys have been asking for it. Master Duel is updating their ban list. We are live streaming. The notification just went up. I've had 2 cards spoiled for me because I looked down. Admin updated. Maybe this guy just went rogue. It's like Sunday night. He's like, you know what? It's a good time to update a ban list. This is insane. So it reads, the implementation of the Forbidden and Limited list is planned to occur on the date listed below. Please see below for the changes that are going to be made and our reasoning behind the changes. They're going to talk about the reasoning. Let's go. Expected date for Forbidden and Limited list implementation, May 9th. Forbidden and Limited list implementation details. We have compiled the trends and results of decks used in ranked duels, and will limit cards and decks with outstandingly high usage and win rates in line with their impact on the metagame. The changes made to this list reflect our aims of preventing decks from being too difficult to counter and ensuring the game's tactical element is not compromised by overly short duels. Oh, that sounds like a banquet of millions. In addition, this is the first revision of the Forbidden and Limited list, and the extent of the limitations take into account new cards that will also be added in the future. So Cyber Angel, Benton, and Conquistador are the first ones I read. That actually hits one of my decks. It does hit one of my decks here. I have Dogmatica Invoked Eldlich, and that also hits... You're giving a pretty big hit to Drytron, which is all over the top of rated, especially for Plat 1 climbing. So Eldlich and Drytron get limits. That's not even a ban. That's not a forbidden update. Where's the, is there maybe a forbidden? Come on, do it. Wait, Red Eye's Darkness Metal Dragon is going to be unlimited. Skipping ahead, sorry. DD Dynamite is semied? That doesn't solve 3 Liliths. 2 Dynamite, you can still play the deck. Hello? They don't want to murder it? Okay, let's keep reading. Fusion Destiny Semide. Oh, so that's in preparation for DPE? They're like, yo, we know you've had some problems with this guy. We're gonna semi this ahead of time? Whoa, we're gonna get into some weird formats with Master Duel. The Phantom Knight of Tornscale is semi. I have a royal rare of that boy. Tri-Brigade Fractal is semi, I guess to address that Tri-Brigade is very regular and rated, especially you have Tri-Zoo, you have Tri itself. Virtual World Roshi Lao Lao, so they're hitting V-Dub.
Konami didn't hit Synchro.
I didn't think they were going to hit Synchro right after the Synchro Festival. Lyralus Cobalt Sparrow is semied, so you can still F-Zero Yap and do all that stuff. Prank Kid Roxy's is semied. Dude, I've been saying that, like, one of the ways you could hit this deck is to slap Roxy's, although to 2 is not really enough. And Adamancipator Analyzer is also semi. So OCG loves their semi list, and this could not make it any clearer that they do. This is kind of interesting. We'll come back to all the cards. Let me keep reading this update. Replay of duels played before the Forbidden and Limited list become effective may be shown on Duel Live for a certain period of time. Dismantling bonuses resulting from the Forbidden list. If a card is designated as limited, semi-limited, or forbidden on the Forbidden list, a 20-point craft bonus will be available when dismantling the card during the period below. The number of times the bonus card can be gained corresponds to the reduction in the max copies of the card, the Forbidden and Limited list. So your extras are full craft material. They're like, yo, we're gonna hit it, but you get a free card to replace it. Interesting. Do they have more explanations? This applies to cards that can be dismantled. So, like, if you have something that couldn't be dismantled, you can't do anything about that. Limits in Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel are subject to change in order to improve game balance. Oh, this isn't permanent, mayhaps. Limit regulations also are subject to careful review and may be changed or removed as environments change. Okay, ban list. So, like, this is going to be a lot of people's first ever ban list. It's the first ever Master Duel ban list, but this got a lot of people back into Yu-Gi-Oh! And, you know, they haven't necessarily experienced a ban list since playing Master Duel. When changes are to be made, the details of the changes will be communicated to the players before they are implemented, kind of like this. Changes will usually be announced 2 weeks before they're applied. However, this time frame is subject to change if urgent changes are needed, like they have an event and they want to take care of something. So not the most in-depth explanations. Let's go ahead and break down the cards. We also have people in open chat, so feel free to chime in. I feel like this was extremely light-handed outside of the Conk is very interesting, the one that's a huge limit to Eldlich, and Benton is alright, but we've seen Drytron with one Benton, and they're still going to do everything that they were doing, which I still think Drytron's probably the strongest deck in this game. What do you guys think so far? Anybody?
They could have hit more stuff, but with how Drytron and Eldlich were like, because those are the two decks just infesting Plat 1, I guess that's why they just wanted to hit those two decks the most harder than anything.
I think Eldlich got hit way harder than Drytron.
Yeah, I mean, Conk to 1 really just, like, destroys Eldlich, while, like, Drytron still does the same combos with, like, one Ben 10 and just, like, limits the consistency a tiny bit. Like, they can just, like, play prep or something, like, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, we were talking about the current metagame, and somebody brought up a good point that right now in the current TCG metagame, that interruptions seem a lot better than the gates because boards that are being built are just broken down pretty easily right now, and then like having the back and forth gameplay and the current TCG metagame with Despia is super important. So like Conk for Eldlich, it destroys me even kind of using it as an engine as a whole. And they're only replacing the crafting points for the cards afflicted. So like Conk is a rare in the game. You have 3 Golden Lords, you're stuck with them in the game, and you're only getting 1 Ultra back out of that. Very, very interesting. Now, Benton to 1 again, we've seen Drytron with 1 Benton. It's going to do everything that it was doing. All it does is make Benton a choke point if you can DD Crow it or something, if you're still playing Tri-Brigade. With 2 Fractal, I think you can still do that. They're not even hitting Tinky in the game, which is at 3, if I'm not mistaken, in game, so you still have 5 copies of Fractal right now. DD Dynamite 2 doesn't even kill the deck. How's everybody feel about that in chat and open chat?
In my opinion, it makes it harder against them because they can't hit us with the trap trick anymore.
Ah, that is true. It takes away 3 extra copies. You're right. You're right. You're dead right there. Interesting. So now you have just the 3 Lilith and the 2 DD Dynamite, and that doesn't even guarantee you. That is actually maybe better than I thought it was of a kind of hit to it. It makes it feasible. The bots will still play it. Thus, Master Duel still gets interaction with the bots that might farm that even longer through the day for their 100 gems, because there's now like this 100 gem soft cap, as I understand, of earning a day per account through rated. So I guess it encourages the bots to keep playing if they stick to that deck. Sekka's Light to 2 is a little... Was it at 1 in the game, or was it at 3? What was it before? Or right now? Anybody know?
It was at 3.
Huh, so it's actually a hit to it. I don't see it. Well, okay, I do run into quite a few decks now that I think about it that play it. Like, they're rogue, but about once a day it is activated on me when I'm playing a full day of Master Duel. Fusion Destiny ahead. I think that's the most interesting one. What do you guys think of them going for DPE ahead of time, knowing people are going to have to deal with it?
They need to hit Scythe.
Banlist.
Okay, well, everybody and their mother wants Scythe gone. I find it more interesting that they are doing the OCG-style preemptive hits, which does happen more with the OCG. They've done it a lot less in recent history, but before the OCG used to do that quite often. With Master Duel being a year behind on releases, so to speak, they are doing a preemptive hit, thus heralding also that DPE is coming. How do you feel about preemptive hits, not just they need to do more? Like, how do you feel about that? Like, not letting people experience it full power in Master Duel, where this might have been their gateway into the game. Do you think that's a good thing, bad thing?
Oh, I like that, actually. Taking care of the problem if they know the problem's already going to be there.
Yeah, because a large amount of the player base will have already experienced this. I think that it's okay to do.
I just like semi-limited Fusion Destiny in general, because it makes it so if you're not playing it off Verte, it's like only okay, because it's 2 good cards for 2 bricks.
My dead mother wanted Scythe ban, no cap. Jesus. dude. I feel the Roshi Lau hit is very interesting. Lau being hit for V-Dub and V-Dub getting a slap at all. Maybe it's like they really thought Benton would be the answer for Drytron, but Drytron's going to be just as prevalent. That was nothing. I feel like when it comes down to it, I don't think V-Dub needed the hit necessarily, but maybe because of how much it played in all of the different events, they felt the need to, because Synchro and Xyz it could still play. Weird. And also Cobalt Sparrow for Lyrilusk. All these semi-limits. I guess they didn't want to be too harsh on people's first ban list, because the ban list can be very demoralizing on, I can't play my deck anymore, I put all my time into it. At this point, if you're grinding Master Duel, you should have like 10 decks. And even just day one starting, you should have 1 to 3 decks by the end of a full day of grinding and playing Master Duel if you know where you're going. Not everyone's gonna go look up YouTube, look up resources, go for that kind of stuff. But I feel like they purposely went a bit soft and also flexed the mentality of the semi-limit section through the OCG of weakening consistency being where to go. And I think that's all right. I'm actually, the more I talk about it, the more I kind of appreciate the route they went, especially with Dynamite being handled more than my, like, reaction of, oh, that's not enough. Like, I think they actually did the way more by no more trap trick. Yeah, that's right. Kale pointed that out really well. Anything else to add before we end the video, anyone?
Yeah, I think most of the semi-limits were like slaps on the wrist, kind of. Like, they weren't even the starter cards, they were like Analyzer and Lau.
Yeah, but I don't think you needed to kill V-Dub or Tri-Brigade, and in fact, like, weakening the consistency is alright, I think. I'm not, like, hating Tri-Brigade in the game. I think it's probably the most fair top deck.
I mean,
Tornscale actually kind of is trying to do something, but it's not. It's not. You just search the Tornscale, like, it doesn't do anything to Bongo.
Yeah, the deck plays like 8 copies of Tornscale anyway. It doesn't do anything.
Yeah, Master Duel's first ban list if you're joining live. Alright, this video is going up on YouTube right now. Thanks for joining live. We'll be live streaming through the night if you've just seen this. And crazy stuff. Master Duel just Sunday night. Ban list, yep.